Right now at 10, the nation mourns former Senator Bob Dole, who passed away today after battling cancer. Plus, a bus driver in St. Louis is shot and then crashes the bus. Also, we're going to head over to Columbus for the holiday market. And some kids in Pittsburgh get to meet their favorite princesses at a special event.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Former war hero and U.S. Senator Bob Dole has died at the age of 98. Dole had been battling lung cancer. Nicole Killian has more on his remarkable life and legacy in American politics.
In the prime of his life, Bob Dole was one of America's most well-known Republican politicians, a World War II hero who wanted to become president. In a life filled with adversities, political and personal, Dole often turned to humor, even in the face of a government shutdown.
You ought to close this down, open up the zoo. But if you can't get into the zoo, this may be the next best choice.
Robert Joseph Dole was born in Russell, Kansas in 1923. His family was hit hard by the Depression. To save their home, Dole's father moved everyone into the basement, renting out the upper floors. Dole embodied the greatest generation, a combat veteran who was wounded just before the end of war, his right arm paralyzed. The injury and 4-year recuperation dashed his dreams of becoming a doctor, so he went to law school, which led to politics. Dole was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 1960 and 8 years later to the Senate.
I've just listened to the President of the United States, and I must say, I don't know who gives him advice, but I don't think he's telling the American people the truth.
After 2 failed bids to become the GOP presidential nominee, Dole left the Senate in 1996 for one final push.
And my time to leave this office has come, and I will seek the presidency with nothing to fall back on but the judgment of the people, and nowhere to go but the White House or home.
He won the Republican nomination, but lost the election in a landslide to Bill Clinton. After his defeat, Dole became a fixture on late-night TV and even a Viagra pitchman. He returned to Washington when his wife Elizabeth was elected to the U.S. Senate from North Carolina. He never stopped fighting for his causes, championing humanitarian issues and winning the World Food Prize in 2008 for combating hunger. His one-time political rival awarded him the nation's highest civilian honor. And in 2018, Dole's former colleagues gave him their highest recognition, the Congressional Gold Medal. Later that year, Dole paid tribute to President George H.W. Bush, one American patriot to another. Nicole Killian, CBS News.
In Missouri, a St. Louis Metro bus driver has been shot and is in critical condition. It happened Friday night. Police say shots were fired from outside the bus, hitting the driver, which caused the bus to crash into a utility pole. And there were passengers on the bus at the time. However, no one else was injured. Authorities are investigating. And we have had some thunderstorms across the area. A few of those have been severe in our far southern counties. You can see where those severe thunderstorm warnings have been down across Delaware, Benton County. We also have a severe thunderstorm watch, which you can see that runs until 4 a.m. All of this is in association with a cold front. And on the radar loop, you can see where these storms actually began to develop, just right about on top of Joplin. And then they just started to push off rapidly to the south and to the east as they moved through the area. The severe thunderstorm watch does run until 4 a.m., but as you can see, these storms are moving out quickly. That watch does include in our area Delaware, Benton, McDonald, and Berry counties. And again, that goes until 4 a.m., but as you can see, these storms are pushing on through in a rapid fashion, and it's likely that watch will start to drop off as the overnight progresses. And of course, behind that, much colder temperatures. Michael Hayslip's going to have the complete forecast here in just a little bit. Well, one of my favorite Christmas songs is the Carol of the Bells. And a Carol of Bells is what took place in Pittsburgh today at the Bicknell Family Center for the Arts. The Bells of the Balkans held their holiday concert this afternoon. Residents had the opportunity to enjoy the free event, although donations were being accepted. For some of the ringers, it's hard to determine what they love the most.
Well, that would be hard. I think I love the performances. We really do come together there. But I think my favorite part of this is the camaraderie and rehearsals, because, as I say, we become very close, and it's family. So
Organizers add it's a great way, as you can tell, to kick off the holiday season. Well, Christmas lights going up are typically a pretty good sign, in addition to that holiday music, that holiday season has arrived, and the First Baptist Church in Joplin decided to get in on the fun. The church invited the community out for its first ever Lights On Community Christmas Kickoff. It began at 5 with a petting zoo and pony rides, a photo booth, food trucks, and more than we can even mention. And that was followed by live music, a kids' choir performance, and then, as the sun went down, it was time to light up the night.
I love being able to encounter people from the community. I love it that they come out and they get to have cookies, they get to have a great time, but more importantly, they get to hear about the love of Jesus.
Organizers even worked out special deals with the food trucks that were on site to help save those who came out a little money to fill up their bellies. The Columbus Farmers Market was the place to be today as it kicked off the annual holiday market. Vendors from across the area brought goods to meet the holiday needs of residents. Things they brought included specialty food items and, of course, some unique gift choices. Children also had the opportunity to decorate cookies and make an ornament to take home. And, of course, vendors, even the youngest ones, say they've been looking forward to this day for quite some time.
I think it's really cool. I'm hoping to sell a lot, of course. It's been pretty busy and pretty excited for it.
The Skinny Hen and Red's House Barbecue food trucks were also on hand to help keep the shoppers full as they browse through those selections. Well, the Ice Queen and the Ice Princess both made a stop in Pittsburgh today to bring some holiday cheer to area kids. Elsa and Anna came by the Fun Zone Depot this afternoon to meet their fans and take some photos as well. In addition to getting to meet the princesses, kids got to play, of course, and there was face painting, temporary tattoos, and this is my favorite if I still had some hair, the option to get some rainbow hair color. Elsa and Anna say this is what being a princess is all about.
It's our favorite thing to do.
It is our favorite thing. It's such a joy and so much fun to do.
We're grown up now. There's no little girls in the castle anymore.
There isn't.
It gets a little lonely sometimes.
It does. The castle's a little more bigger than the people that are in it.
While the regular play prices applied at the Fun Zone Depot, the meet and greet itself was free to all kids who wanted to see Elsa and Anna close up. And we take this time now to honor one of our many four-state heroes. Chief Machinist Mate Alfred Hall served in the Navy on 5 different ships and was in World War II. His hometown, Baxter Springs. And we're proud to recognize Chief Machinist Mate Alfred Hall, tonight's four-state hero. And remember, learn more about our other heroes or to nominate one of your own at any time. All you need to do is log on to your favorite web browser, head over to our website, KOAMNewsNow.com. Well, still ahead on the KOAM News at 10, while we're not dealing with snow, at least not right now, our neighbors to the north are preparing for a healthy dose of it. Plus, a wildfire is spreading across Colorado. We'll have the latest. Welcome back. Minnesotans are preparing for another round of snow. The northeastern part of the state is expecting more than 18 inches. National Weather Service has issued blizzard warnings for parts of southern Cook County until Monday morning. Of course, in that, they're warning of high winds and low visibility. The feels like temperature, that's the wind chill we're all too familiar with down here. It's going to be below 0. Excuse me. A narrow stripe of the Grand Banks is going to get hit by the bulk of the storm, with almost a foot of snow expected to fall between noon and 6. A wildland fire is spreading across Colorado, forcing approximately 20 to 25 homes near Dumont in Clear Creek country to be evacuated on Sunday. The Miners Candle Fire is estimated to have spread across 20 acres of land, according to a statement released by the Foothills Fire Protection District. They say, quote, "You will smell smoke in our district today from this fire. Please remember to call 911 if you see any plumes of smoke, and please refrain from any open flame today." And it remains unclear how that fire started. Two of the world's most powerful leaders are planning a call this coming week to diffuse concerns over a troop buildup. President Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin are set to hold a video call on Tuesday. The call will focus on tensions between the two nations over Russia's troop buildup along the Ukrainian border. President Biden will press President Putin on Russian military activities along the border as a sign of a possible invasion, while the Russian leader is expected to express opposition to Ukraine's admission as a NATO member. It's not known how long the call will last. Two leaders talked earlier this year after Russian-backed criminal ransomware internet attacks against the U.S. The company responsible for the 2010 Deepwater Horizon oil spill is paying millions to 3 states for new project work. BP Oil is paying more than $103 million to Alabama, Florida, and Mississippi for work on the Gulf Coast. The company says 11 new projects will help restore species and habitats affected by the 2010 Deepwater Horizon disaster. Alabama received more than $43 million. Florida's getting nearly $33 million, and $27 million go to Mississippi. New projects include helping eroding shorelines, restoring marshes, beaches, and dunes, managing wetlands and habitats, and ensuring support systems for oysters and marine fishing. Michael Hayslip, he's going to be back with a full look at that forecast.
I have hope you have all had a nice, delightful December weekend, which quite frankly, we haven't seen in anywhere from about 10 to 15 years when you take into our high temperatures. Woke up early this morning, oh my goodness, couldn't have been better. And then, watch Mother Nature decide that she's going to even things up and rip the carpet out from under us. Now, while our temperature still stand about 50 degrees right now, you have to remember, earlier this morning, even pre-sunrise, 65 degrees is how warm is what it was. But we're going to see some cloud cover begin to develop, and also, too, all this down to the south, Gulf moisture that is eventually going to send us a big taste of old winter weather. So here's your cutoff right here. We've been talking about the split jet stream here for the past couple of days. This is very interesting in nature because we not only have the split, we had it coming in off the Pacific Northwest right there, but now we've got this that's going to trail through here. Here's the problem with that. While the split comes out of the southwest, guess what that allows everything to do? All this cold weather up here in the upper plains, and they got spoiled as well. They had record highs for the last couple of days. Everything's going to be able to penetrate down to the southeast, and really, it's the fault of this one that's splitting off. That was the one that kind of really helped us out all the way from, really, if you go back Thursday, all the way into this morning. Now, what Future Track will show us, a little thunderstorm activity. I don't think it's going to be too bad at all because it's going to be a quick hitter. And as this thing just jots right through, then our temperatures are going to go straight down to the point where when you, the kids, anybody else going to be out tomorrow morning, you're going to want a heavy coat. We're not talking about the old jacket that we got spoiled with for the last several mornings. We're going to be down by the freezing point, if not below it. And here's the thing. It is truly a taste of December coming back to get us because even our daily highs as we progress through this week are not going to be too impressive. You have to remember, daily high for this time of year would be about, say 49, 50 degrees, somewhere in that area. And we're going to be hard pressed to see that. On the flip side of that, after tonight's rain, especially to the south, we're not going to have any moisture. So we're going to be abnormally dry. This is coming off a very, very dry November as well. So we're going to go ahead and keep that, that excessive fire warning in place. Just be careful. There's no reason to try to burn anything outside. But as we work through this week right here, these overnight lows, this is the key factor. We slowly improve on that aspect of it. And so as we push into the middle of next week, we're actually got a little bit of a warming trend. Not a whole lot of moisture. That's what we need. We are so low right now as far as our precipitation totals go. But that being said, any precipitation that we do get, we are so warm on the ground that we're not going to have to worry about anything flipping over. As we push into the middle of December, for all of you wishing for a white Christmas, well, keep wishing, because we're going to have temperatures that are actually going to be in the 60s, not only into the middle of December, that will actually push us up just about into Christmas. So I tell you what, it's going to be great shopping weather. That is the key factor right there. So if you want to get out and about, you have no worries travel-wise. Chris?
I don't like the cold weather, but hopefully that does change. It's supposed to be a little bit nicer for Christmas. It's supposed to be colder for Christmas. It's supposed to snow for Christmas. Michael, thank you so much. Danny Terzer, standing right here. She doesn't look like she's agreeing with the cold weather. She probably prefers it warm.
You know what? I loved the winter Christmas when it snowed in New Jersey, and then moved to Georgia and it was warm for Christmas. So I have to agree with you. I like the cold, wintry feeling.
Yeah, you've got to have it for Christmas. The rest of the month can be warm, but not that.
Yes.
Something else that's pretty warm, actually, maybe a little bit on the hot side. Big game for the Kansas City Chiefs tonight.
Absolutely. The Chiefs host the Broncos for an AFC West showdown. We've got the latest. Plus, we'll hear from Missouri Southern, their men's team, following their win over Newman. This is the Toyota Sunday Night Sports Feed. Oklahoma has finalized a deal with Brent Venables to become the Sooners' next head coach. Venables spent the past 10 years as the defensive coordinator at Clemson, but he's also had a past as the former Oklahoma assistant. Prior to Clemson, he served as the co-defensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator under Bob Stoops. Venables replaces Lincoln Riley, who accepted the head coaching position at USC on November 28th. The Kansas City Chiefs are fresh off their bye week, hosting a huge AFC West matchup against the Broncos tonight in primetime. The Chiefs have won 4 straight and lead the division. The Broncos are just 1 game back. In the fourth, Daniel Sorensen picks off Teddy Bridgewater and takes it 75 yards to the house. Kansas City gets the W 22-9. The Missouri Southern women stay rolling this weekend. The Lions are now on a 4-game win streak following a 59-51 win over Newman on Saturday. Missouri Southern struggled to hit their shots in the game, especially in the third quarter, but solid defense allowed the Lions to hang on to the lead for the entirety of the game. Lacey Stokes finished with 11. Cameron Collin and Maya Jones each had 10 points.
We shot 25% in the third quarter, not only from the field, but from the free throw line as well. But our defense was able to keep us right there and keep the lead for us. You know, we only scored 7 points, and I don't think we scored for the first 6 minutes or maybe 7 minutes of the third quarter. So our defense was huge in that aspect to maintain that lead.
The men on a bit of a win streak as well. The Lions picked up their 3rd in a row against Newman. They're now 2-0 in the conference. Missouri Southern went on a 12-0 run late in the second half that propelled them to the finish line. Christian Bundy led the team with 16 points and 11 rebounds, while 3 other Lions finished in the double digits.
You know, still turned it over, way too many casual turnovers, especially the first half. You know, Alex getting the ball taken from him, Stan getting the ball taken from him. Too many casual passes, in my opinion. We got to get rid of that if we're going to be successful and make a run to be at the top at the end of the year. We just got to clean up that stuff and play with a little bit more sense of urgency.
Coach has just been telling us, I mean, we haven't accomplished anything. I mean, yes, we're winning, but we need to stay playing like we're losing and keep that chip on our shoulder and keep attacking.
That brings us to our one and only break in the Toyota Sunday Night Sports Feed. Still ahead, a look back at Pittsburg State's conference matchup against Central Oklahoma. Welcome back to the Toyota Sunday Night Sports Feed. The Pittsburg State women saw their 4-game win streak come to an end this weekend. PSU fell to UCO 95-76 at home on Saturday. The Gorillas took a 1-point lead into halftime thanks to a huge 3 by Grace Pyle at the buzzer. She scored all of her 11 points in the second quarter. Tristan Gegg led the Gorillas with 24. The Broncos, though, put up a huge third quarter, dropping 33 points, and were able to carry that momentum through to the end of the game.
I think Grace was just really phenomenal to come off the bench and give us the lift that she has. She's a competitor, and I think she's a great teammate where she knows what that does for her teammates as far as giving them a lift and, like you said, releasing some of the pressure. It was awesome. It was really awesome.
The Pittsburgh State men also went down against Central Oklahoma on Saturday. The Gorillas hung around in the first half before the Broncos ultimately pulled away. PSU shot 3 for 22 from the three-point line and struggled to gain an edge on the boards.
I thought they controlled the boards, and they had 9 offensive boards. I don't know how many of those turned into baskets, but we had a hard time. We had times when we'd get the rebound, 2 of us would have it, and we'd fumble it out of bounds. We did that game before. So, I think our effort was there at times, but they went after the boards really hard.
Arkansas has climbed the rankings each week this season. The Razorbacks now sit at number 10 in the country with an 8-0 record. On Saturday, Arkansas hosted the Little Rock Trojans. Audice Toney takes the pass here, sinks the 3. Big first half from him. Up by 8, Devontae Davis goes over the top to Trey Wade. He slams it down. And Toney swings it to Chris Likes for the 3. Razorbacks lead 49-34 at half. Then on the turnover, Toney on the fast break puts it down. He finishes with 18. Arkansas stays unbeaten, topping Little Rock 93-78. We're back right after this.
We got a quick bit of good news. As we mentioned, the cold front moving through, bringing some showers, thunderstorms, some severe weather to the area. Thankfully, there was a severe thunderstorm watch until 4 a.m. for most of our southern counties. The good news is they've allowed that. They've canceled it. So we are clear. Cold front moving through. It is definitely going to be a chilly night, as Michael mentioned earlier, because of this cold front. But something not so chilly. Sports on the side of the Chiefs. Good win, good game from what I saw too.
The Chiefs are hot. They stay rolling after the bye week. Big win over the Broncos today. So hopefully they can just continue to just turn around some of those early season woes that they were struggling with.
I know they did have some struggles. Hopefully they can get through it. Danny, thank you so much. That's our time for now. Thanks for making us part of your night.